How will Miles Morales cope with the vampire curse that has been thrust upon him, while also battling the returning vampire Lord Ramir? Well, let's hop into the pages of Miles Morales issue number 22, a tie into the events of Bloodhunt, and find out together, shall we? So then, as we join the story already in progress, Ramir, the energy vampire, has escaped his bonds, and is looking for revenge on the heroes who locked him away, including Miles Morales, but also enemy-turned-impromptu ally Hightail. You'll remember that during their last dust-up, Ramir had actually managed to turn and enthrall Hightail over to the vampire side. He tries to do the same here in this issue, but the Dominican-born speedster actually proves to have a lot more grit, tenacity, and resistance than we thought. Also, while getting turned into a blood-sucking creature of the night sucks for Miles for the time being, it actually does give him a boost to his physical prowess, meaning that this fight is actually a little bit closer than we might have thought. Though, sadly, that advantage comes with something of a ticking clock. Every minute that Ramir exists here in the Prime Material world, he is in fact actually growing more powerful. Meaning that if the good guys aren't careful, they'll have not one but two vampire plagues they need to deal with. Furthermore, the heroes don't exactly know what they're supposed to do in this situation, as the last time they fought Ramir, they had Blade. And because the Daywalker isn't going to be swooping in and saving the day anytime soon, it looks like Miles and Hightail will have to deal with the next best thing, the returning Briella, aka Blade's daughter Bloodline, who it seems has managed to deal with everything that was eating at her in the previous issue of both this book and the main Bloodhunt series to come back and play hero again. In fact, Bloodline actually has a pretty damn genius idea to put Ramir back into his prison. If Hightail can use her amazing speed powers to pick up all of the shattered pieces of the prison hidden all around the area in pieces of debris, then maybe Spider-Man can use his extra sticky webs to actually manage to rebuild the prison. I bet you didn't know on top of all their other amazing superpowers, arts and crafts was also part of the deal. This crazy plan actually ends up working and going off without a hitch. Ramir is ultimately cast back inside his prison thanks to a spell uttered by Bloodline. Apparently she really does pay attention when her father talks. And now the kids have shown that they're very much alright fighting this entire problem on their own. Hell, Spider-Man and Bloodline even offer Hightail a chance to join in the post-fight celebration with a hearty high five, but no, Hightail's not there just yet. And with the entire city still suffering from a terrible vampire infestation, it looks like Hightail will also have to take her leave as Bloodline and Spider-Man rejoin the rest of the story. You see, it's at that very moment too, Dracula, another very unlikely ally in this fight against all suckheads, also ends up finding his way back into the proceedings. Drac ends up asking Briella the very same question that so offended her in the first place and caused her to leave, and that is if it means stopping all of this darkness, if it means defeating the vampire threat, will Bloodline do what she needs to do, even if that includes killing her father? Much to Miles' shock and disappointment, Briella says that she will protect the living, even if that means needing to slay the Daywalker. Though they sure as hell hope the situation doesn't actually come to that, and Miles invites himself to join Briella and Dracula as they head on to Bloodhunt issue 5 and whatever should come next. And it's on that note there the comic comes to a close, everybody. So that was Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 22, and I feel about this issue much how I feel about the previous one, and that is it's perfectly acceptable but ultimately not very much required reading, either for the main Miles book or for the Bloodhunt series. There's just very little meat on the bone and just very little drama to actually end up sinking our teeth into. In fact, the whole having Miles be a vampire concept feels a little squandered right out of the gate, as at this point he doesn't even hunger for blood or do traditional vampire things. In fact, there's a minute there where Hightail wonders if she can even trust Miles or if she's just gonna get bitten in the back, only for Miles to go, no, I'm not that kind of vampire. Beyond that, I guess it's nice to see our trio of heroes defeat a very powerful villain that they needed adult assistance to defeat before, but still, they're just defeating the same villain all over again. It's kind of disappointing too, because in the past, Cody Ziegler has shown an amazing ability to make lemonade out of lemons when it comes to all of these Miles books seemingly needing to tie into every major event at Marvel. And yet, weirdly, here in Bloodhunt, a story where Miles as Spider-Man actually has more skin in the game than he has just about any other event, ends up feeling the thinnest and the least interesting for him. Maybe that's because he actually is going to end up doing something really important and really necessary in the main Bloodhunt series. In fact, this issue ends by telling us, hey, pick up issue 5. Maybe that's why his adventures here end up feeling like such a diversion. He can't do anything because he's literally needed elsewhere to do something. Overall, I can't say for certain, but what I can say is I give this issue a 6 6.5 out of 10. Again, nothing particularly bad or egregious about it, it just ends up falling way short of what we've come to expect for this series. And here's hoping once Blood Hunt is said and done, everything can end up getting back to normal and this book can get back on track.
Hey there everyone, it's your pal Cape Joel again, and if you're seeing my face right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, and I'll always be grateful for that. Retention helps in this crazy YouTube game, and so does becoming a patron. If you head on down to the description, you can find a link to my Patreon page. Recently just redid all the tiers, a lot of cool stuff offering up there, exclusive commentaries, exclusive polls, behind the scenes concept art for Capes and Quest, that's the brand new D&D show I've started soon. Never been a better time to become a patron. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and help the channel grow and, help me continue to deliver content like what you just saw. So I want to thank you all, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.